Hey YouTube! Today we're going to deconstruct this little riff I made on the groove box using a method I like to call chop, drop, and re-roll. Stick around for a minute and we'll tear it all apart and dissect it. Thank you. Woo, and intro. What I've done so far, I have recorded in some basic drums. Very basic, so I can keep tempo. This little riff thing, this thing is at 60 beats per minute, which is really slow. And I want to slow it down. I can't really go anywhere from there, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set this, I'm going to set all of these to 120, double that tempo. On here, so when I record these in, it's going to record these 4 measures, 60 beat per m parts as 8 measures of 120 BPM audio. And then we'll take it from there. Now I have 2 things going on here. I'm going to separate out this little bass part and put that on a separate track. And we'll see how it goes. I think this is going to work out really well. First of all, I got to make sure your input is set to external. It's not. Okay. Hit record. Make sure you're not in pattern mode. The pattern mode doesn't say up there. Hit record. Pick a pad. I'm going to just go ahead and go with A1. Dial in the number of measures. It's already at 8, but I'll dial it in right there with this middle knob. It's at 120. And when I hit play, because I'm in wait mode, which if you're not in, you can change it by hitting shift and the count in, which is 10. But it's in wait mode, so it's not going to do anything until it hears a sound above an audio level. And that's going to record 8 measures right now. And it's done. All right. Turn gate off, hit start, and normalize. I do that all the time. And then we'll lower the volume down to, I don't know, we'll put it about 32 for now. I'll probably want to throw it. I usually just do all that at bulk, but I'll go ahead and do it now. Now, I do have another pattern here. I was thinking about bringing it in. I'll go ahead and record it here. So I go to my clip here, go to that one. That's slightly different, but it's still 4 measures at 60, so it's still the same thing. All I really got to do that is just same thing again. And it's in. Normalize it. Now, just turn the volume down on these and bring up that little bass drum riff. What that is a synthesized drum from the MC101 that I ran through an arpeggiator really slow. Go to B, which is where I thought about doing this as a drum loop, but I'm just going to go ahead and put it in B's, which is where I put my bass tracks. If I go change back to this one, and I got it right there, okay. In. It should be in there. Turn gate off, normalize it. And I have another part here. Okay. Same thing. See how easy that is? I love the new workflow since we've added a specific number of measures. It makes this incredibly easy, to be honest. All right, turn that off. Ooh, storming out. Got a condenser mic, you're gonna hear everything. Turn these down to about 32. If you hit Shift and exit, it stops everything. It's one way to do it. Too loud. You can also hit Shift and the number to select a pad without triggering it. All right, now I don't even know if I'm going to use two, but I think I'm going to. So let's go ahead and select your first one, and let's get in the chop. Let's chop. First, I want to turn the effects off first so that they don't carry over. I don't think they will, but I don't like to process my beats with effects. I add effects as I'm resampling or as I'm performing, but not while I'm working on them. And I advise you probably do the same thing, because it just helps you isolate your effects and get them on the pads you want to. And I also turn off the master effects. It's all personal opinion. Oops. I almost deleted my drums. All right. But here we go. Get out of pattern. Go to this. Stop it. Go to chop mode, which is Shift Start In. This is incredibly cool. I shouldn't be doing this. The storm song. Go ahead and assign that to a pad. Go to my chop thing. Got 16. I split that into 16 even pads. Hit that and it's going to start working. It should not take long at all. Go ahead and get into the mute group. Shift and 8 brings you to the mute group. I go to C, which is where my chops are. Assign them all to the mute group. All of them. Now, we start figuring out what the tempo of the song is going to be. What I do is I go to the pitch speed, hit copy, and drop this. Say we drop it. If I drop it 5, the song is I think it's A minor. You got to keep track of this stuff so that when you want to go play along. But at 4 or 5, it's not going to matter. I could play in it either way. But I like that. We're going to drop it 5 pitches. And if I was holding down, since I was holding down copy, they're all dropped. And the tempo is going to display for all of them at 90. What? It's 90, yeah. So I'm going to change the project tempo. Shift, tap tempo, and turn this down to 90. Now let's lay down a drum track. I'm going to make it 8 bars, just a basic beat. Go to record. Alright, that'll do for now. I just go ahead and let that play. Hit record, and then hit record again, which puts me in rehearsal mode. Get over to my chops and kind of restructure, see what I can do with what I got here. One thing I like to do is, for some reason, let me turn this off. I like to play with the reverses, and it always seems to work better on this third one in the column if you assign them like I do. Like, watch this. I'm just gonna. I reversed all of these third columns. I won't keep them like that, but it's fun to play with. Recording and rehearsal. I like that they added this bar at the beginning too, because this is an 8-bar section. It's kind of long, but I can see the progress there. Hit record, and we'll just make something up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. beginning of that, but I'll work with it. I got that on here. Now I had this bass. This bass wasn't really melody specific, so I could just add it really. But we don't have to. It's in perfect rhythm. Well, it's, you know what? You have to make sure that you match the tempos of your other samples. These are still at 120. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here and drop that one 5 pitches is what we were at. And this one 5 pitches. And now they'll match because they were all recorded at the same tempo. Okay. You can chop that up into pieces. You can do it. I'm going to try it as it is. And it's just how you can restructure your grooves. 3, 4, and. It's not bad. And now since we got these split up, you know, we're gonna add effects. Well, anyway, I think that's all I'm going to do for right now. I just wanted to give you guys the basics of how I get a groove box riff into the sampler, chop it up, and restructure it. I think that'll get you off and going. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a comment, excuse me. And I'm going to go make sure my family survives the storm. You guys take it easy. Peace.